is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
The fans make their way into Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the middle game of a three-game series between the Padres and the Rockies, and it's next on Fox Sports San Diego.
I think he's going to make Will Myers fish for something here.
Myers hits a fly ball to center field. Back goes Blackman, still going at the wall. That ball is gone into the forest. A three-run home run for Will Myers puts the Padres on top in this one. Will Myers with 2 strikes on him hits his 13th home run of the year. It's a 3-run shot, and the Padres are back on top here in the 9th. The Rockies fans were stunned here last night in Game 1 of the series. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Great win here last night. A big night for Will Myers as it turned out. Turned out to be a very good at-bat for Myers, and he has been hot.
Considering the situation, this could break down to one of the all-time best at-bats of the season so far. Let's face it, Padres are down. They string together some hits. Will Myers, believe it or not, 0-2. He is down 0-2 during the home run of the at-bat. But before that, the sac fly gets the Padres on the board. Now, the home run to center field. I don't think I've ever seen Will Myers locked in like he has been recently. Laying off bad pitches, being selective, the breaking ball's off the plate. He was down 0-2. He worked it to 3-2. The fastball sent it to the forest.
Eric Johnson getting ready to make his Padres debut after coming over from the White Sox.
Well, a great opportunity. The 26-year-old, 8 starts in AAA Charlotte. He was a second-round draft pick by the White Sox out of Cal in 2011. Hey, good opportunity for Eric Johnson. The big key, though, he knows all about Colorado. Got to keep the ball in the ballpark and got to keep the ball down. He only throws about 91, 92, and he throws all 4 pitches.
Tyler Chatwood going today for the Rockies. Had a good season. He's 7-4 looking for his 8th win. The Padres have other ideas. Eric Johnson will be on the mound looking to make a good first impression. Julie Alexandria talked with him. We'll hear that next. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Pinnacle on the Park. Make your new home here. Visit pinnacleonthepark.com for details. By Petco, your complete pet store. By Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today. And by Sony Alpha 7R2, Popular Photography's 2015 Camera of the Year.
Welcome back to Coors Field, everyone. Padres and Rockies about to get underway, but first, right-handed pitcher Eric Johnson makes his debut for the Padres today on the mound here at Coors after being acquired in the trade for James Shields with the White Sox, and I had a chance to catch up with him yesterday and talk about how he's been acclimating to his new team.
Eye-opening experience, but it's been a nice one. The whole transition, the whole trade has been very welcoming here. The experience in whole it's been exciting for me to get this opportunity to come over here and help this ball club out the best I can, and I know no matter where I'm playing, I'm always bringing the best brand of my baseball I can bring. So the whole aspect of Colorado, but it's I think for me it's really just breaking it down to pitch by pitch and putting one foot in front of the other. I know. Again, no matter where I am, I'm going to bring the best brand of my baseball I can to help this ball club put some W's on the board.
For any pitcher making their debut for a brand new team at Coors Field can be incredibly intimidating, but this is familiar territory for Johnson as he made a start here for the White Sox during interleague play back in April of 2014, going 5 2/3 innings. Well, when we come back, the Padres take on the Rockies for Game 2 of the 3-game set in just a moment.
Myers has done it again. Will Myers homered in the 4th. He homers in the 6th. Will Myers and the Padres trying to get it done again today. As you see some clouds off in the distance, but right now lots of sunshine above Coors Field, and it's on the warm side, 92 degrees as we get this game started today. Now the Padres pretty loose right now, winning games and enjoying themselves here in Denver in this 3-game series against the Rockies, and getting ready for this one the way they know how. A little dancing going on down there in the dugout.
I like it a lot.
Well, Andy Green's lineup today, as John Jay is going to lead it off for him, as he does virtually every day. The lineup for the Padres brought to you by Toyota. Will Myers at first base bats second with Matt Kemp in right. Jan Hervis Solarte at third base. It is Melvin Upton Jr. in left with Alexei Ramirez at shortstop. Derek Norris does the catching. Alexi Amarista at second base bats eighth. And Eric Johnson in his Padres debut batting out of the 9 spot.
And on the hill, right-hander Tyler Chatwood. 26-year-old making his 13th start. The scouting report, he's got the 2-seamer, the 4-seamer, slider, curveball, changeup, and tries to get early outs. You know, if he's got it working, he's going to work down in the zone and work that defense. Pretty good infield right here for Colorado as well.
Now the defense behind him has been very good, as you mentioned, and certainly the infield, a very good defensive infield. Gerardo Parra in left field with Charlie Blackmon at center. Carlos Gonzalez around in right, the infield we spoke of. Nolan Arenado at third base. Trevor Story at shortstop. DJ LeMahieu at second base. Mark Reynolds at first, and Dustin Garneau does the catching today. The day game after the night game for Tyler Chatwood. John Jay looking to get it started. Had the big double here last night as part of the come-from-behind victory for the Padres. Ground rule double down the left field line into the corner that kind of cost the Padres at the time because it was a ground rule double.
Tell you what, the Padre hitters put on a clinic last night in that 9th inning after 2 quick outs. Single Ramirez, single Amarista. There's the ground rule double by John Jay. And at that point I thought, okay, the ground rule double, you know, quick third out, but no. Fighting. Clawing to the victory. That was fun.
Jake McGee, who, as this one is grounded right side to LeMahieu, takes care of John Jay for the first out. Now, Jake McGee last night not only had the blown save, ends up on the DL. As Will Myers coming up here, the hero of last night's game.
Oh, it's always worth another look. Remember, he was down 0-2 this at bat. He worked the count full and sent it straight to the shrubbery. Very electric last night in that Padre dugout.
Myers batting for the first time today.
Hey Don, how about the weekends? Fridays and Saturdays. Oh, it's party time. Padres like Fridays, 8-2 this year. Saturdays, 6-3. Hopefully they continue that trend. And then buck the trend tomorrow. Well, let's get through this game first. Let's not think ahead.
Chatwood coming in for his 13th start of the year. Eddie Green got a lot of good work yesterday from Luis Perdomo, as Cashner ends up in the DL today, as it turns out, with the strained neck he left the game with after facing just the batter here last night. Perdomo comes in for 5 2/3 innings, and we find out today that Luis Perdomo will now be in the rotation, will take the spot of Cashner.
And it was brought to the attention because it was affecting Andrew Cashner last night in his bullpen before the game, so Perdomo had a heads up, which is nice to have. I mean, at least you got that in the back of your mind so you can mentally prepare if in fact you get that ball to take the mound, and he did one heck of a job.
And he will get a chance to pitch from the rotation. 2-2, and Myers will take it low and away. Full count. Myers, then Kemp. Padres batting here in the first inning. Heat is going to be a factor here today. There's no doubt about that. It is hot. 92 degrees on the humid side as well, with the breeze blowing from right to left. Myers grounding that foul.
Yeah, stiff breeze. Heavy starts on Old Glory and the Colorado State flag above the scoreboard in left field. 92.
I gotta be honest with you, I didn't know Denver got this hot. I haven't been here a lot, but wow.
One of the top 5 cities in our great land of the United States that has the most sunshine during the whole year. Sorry about being well-rounded and knowing that.
You don't have to apologize. The fans here, there's not a lot of shade at this ballpark, as Myers will take a 1-out walk. First base runner of the day.
Keys of the game brought to you by the Honda dealers of San Diego County. Nothing more for 2, 3, 4. And talking about LeMahieu, Arenado, Gonzalez, even Story can go into that mix. So hopefully Eric Johnson can contain those guys. And also keep your new team in the game. You saw what Luis Perdomo did last night. So Eric Johnson, man, if he can get into the 5th, maybe into the 6th, that'd be nice for the right-hander. But keep him close, because here you never know.
Well, Matt Kemp had a tough night last night. 4 strikeouts in the game. 14 homers, 42 RBIs. And almost half his RBIs are against these Colorado Rockies. 20 RBIs against the Rockies. But last night, tough night for him. Look for him to bounce back here today. We play day baseball from Denver. 1 out, 1 on. Shifting on the left side on him, and Kemp with a swing and a miss. .237 average coming in for Kemp. There you see the shift on the left side. It's crowded over there. Outfield, they play for him to go the other way. Throw to first, and Myers is just back. He did not react right away. Almost froze there. And Chatwin almost got him. Good throw would have had him. Oh, he took a step too.
He was short hop. Yeah,
he was headed in the other direction. 8 out of 9 on the year. 89% for Myers. With the look of a man who is on his way. Line to left, and Kemp's got himself a base hit. Myers will touch second. He's headed towards third. Throws going there, and Myers will be safe at third base. Good aggressive base running by Will Myers. Had the play in front of him and elected to keep on going, and goes first to third with 1 out here in the first inning.
I kind of held my breath a little bit. Parr's got a good arm out there in left field. Now here's the hanging breaky ball. He tops it. It's out the end of the bat. Stayed back, caught it out in front. Now the race is on. Parr kind of gets back on his heels just a little bit, and he's right in front of that play, so he's taking that all himself. That's not looking at the third base coach, Glenn Hoffman, at all. That was all on Will Myers being aggressive, and hey, that's great.
Well, 90 feet away now. Rockies infield a double play depth. Jan Hervis Solarte with a swing and a miss for strike 1. Solarte has hit well since coming off the DL and rejoining the Padres. 291, 4 homers, and 16 runs batted in for the Padres' third baseman. Fastball from Chatwood at 92 miles an hour, off the mark. Looking for his 8th win of the year, coming in individually. It's 7-4. A little bit high. 13th start for Chatwood with the ERA good. It's under 3, 2.79, and highest percentage of batters retired with runners in scoring position. Been in this spot, seems to get out of it quite often. 3rd in that category.
Yeah, I look at that statistic, and that's a very, very good number. But a lot of it, I think, not majority, but a lot of it has to do with the hitter up at the plate too. They might get a little froggy, a little antsy, and Tyler Chatwood knows that, so he'll expand the zone, and guys will swing at bad pitches. But no, those are great numbers.
3-1. On the ground right side, ranging is LeMahieu. From his knees will flip to first as the run scores from third. Will Myers comes in, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Solarte on the ground out picks up the RBI, and San Diego on top 1-0. Nice play by LeMahieu, showing you his range there, and then the throw coming from the knees.
Baseball, the way it's supposed to be played. Solarte doing a good job of just pulling that ball to the right side. The Gold Glover LeMahieu, it's tough to get one by him. That's a short hop. He's thinking maybe second. Nope. And then he'll get the sure out at first base. And look at there. The Padres have a point on the board here in the first.
Melvin Upton Jr. first pitch swinging. Thought he might get the fastball. Didn't. 240 average, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in now.
You got to make Chatwood work. This is the 20th pitch coming. He works quickly.
A home run last night for Melvin, able to pick up his 7th of the year. This curveball that he sends out of the yard off John Gray. Time gave the Padres a 3-2 lead. They would give it up and come back late.
Well, early on, a couple of things. Chatwood, funky delivery, herky-jerky delivery, and a lot of pitches up in the zone. A lot of pitches here early.
From Redlands, California, with a 2-1. Goes the other way, flared into right field. That's going to fall in for a hit. Kemp being waved around. There'll be no throw, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead. Melvin Upton Jr. cashes in with a base hit the other way to right field. And Kemp coming around from second, and San Diego on top 2-0.
Crack of the bat. Melvin Upton Jr. going the opposite way. We saw a lot of that last night. Now Gonzalez is charging. It looks like he feels it cleanly, so he's off with the crack of the bat. He doesn't break stride, but Carlos Gonzalez doesn't even come up throwing. Looked like he fielded it cleanly in right field.
A little surprised he didn't come homered with that.
Yeah.
He had no intentions, it looked like, because normally you'll see an outfielder get himself ready to make the throw in one fluid motion. He didn't do that at all.
A good ball to charge as well, knowing that the runner's going to be going at the crack of the bat.
Alexei Ramirez will take a pitch downstairs. That's 6th in the order today. Good start for the Padres on top 2-0. It's Tyler Chatwood. Runner goes, pitch inside, and the throw is going to be in time. Tag applied by LeMahieu. He was on his way down when he got the tag on. Caught stealing is Melvin Upton to end things here in the first, but the Padres have a 2-0 lead after half an inning. Rockies are coming up in Denver. Start here in Denver, Colorado on top 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Check out the Rockies lineup today. Walt Weiss, the manager of the Rockies, sending out Charlie Blackmon to lead it off in center field. DJ LeMahieu at second base, batting second. Nolan Arenado at third with Carlos Gonzalez in right. Trevor Story at short. Gerardo Parra in left. Mark Reynolds at first base. Dustin Garneau does the catching, batting eighth. And Tyler Chatwood is the pitcher. The Rockies lineup brought to you by Hyundai.
And making his Padres debut, right-hander Eric Johnson. His scouting report is brought to you by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Throws all four: the fastball, the slider, the curveball, and the changeup, and he works for grounders. He's got that little two-seamer. A lot more four-seamers, though. And the big key we mentioned a couple times, got to keep the ball in the yard. A good opportunity for Eric Johnson.
Charlie Blackmon, good leadoff hitter for the Rockies. Getting it off here in the bottom of the first inning. Starts for him in his major league career. This year is 0-2 in 2 starts with the White Sox.
Yeah, he goes from the first base side of the rubber, and I was watching him taking his warm-up tosses. Kind of a short armor out of the glove. As far as with his arm swing, doesn't get really a big arm swing out of his glove. But this kid's a keeper, 6'3", 240.
Posted to a 2-0 advantage before he took the hill, and there is his positioning on the rubber. Trying to pick up that outside corner, but not getting it. Blackman's got good power, 6 home runs on the year, 29 RBIs, and an average close to 300. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk. Last thing that Eric Johnson wanted to do. Well, defensively in behind Eric Johnson today. The Padres defense brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Melvin Upton Jr. in left, John Jay in center, Matt Kemp around in right. Third to first is John Herbert Solarte, Alexei Ramirez, Alexi Amarista. Will Myers at first, and Derek Norris doing the catching today for Eric Johnson in his Padres debut.
You know, it's interesting with DJ LeMahieu coming up to the dish. We saw this last night, him bunting in the sun number 2 spot, a la Jay Bell back with the Pirates. He's grounded into 11 double plays. That's tops around there in the National League. So take a look at the big right-hander. Pretty basic. Doesn't go overhead. Hands right in front of him. Big stride. Pretty basic.
DJ LeMahieu, good hitting, second baseman, good fielding, second baseman as well. Padres double play depth. They'll bounce in, picked on the backhand that time by Norris.
Derek Norris taking some warm-ups from Eric Johnson in the bullpen before the game, getting used to the delivery, the release point, the action of the pitches. Hey, it's an adjustment for the catcher as well.
Going to be a warm day behind the dish, too, and all that gear. On a strike to LeMahieu. Big lead at first for Blackman. And a pitch down and in.
That's the two-seamer. It looked like at 89.
See the shift on here for LeMahieu. We have seen it. Pretty dramatic out there in the outfield with Jay well into right center. And Upton very far off the line and left. Foul back, 2-2. Imagine a good amount of nerves running through Eric Johnson today in his Padres debut with his new team.
Want to make an impression? You bet. Want a good, quick first inning, throw up a 0, especially after 2 from his guys.
And coming to the Padres from the White Sox, part of the deal that saw James Shields and cash considerations go to Chicago. Fernando Tatis Jr., an infielder, and Eric Johnson coming the other way. In the dirt, and a full count now.
Nice block right there by Derek Norris. And well, we talk about scoring first, get some support for your starting pitcher, but also the Padres 19-5 this year when they score first.
Blackman's had a big lead over there at first base. He's not tried to steal yet. See if he does here. 3-2.
I think he's going.
There he goes, and the pitch is inside for ball 4. Eric Johnson has walked the first 2 batters that he's faced here today. So 2 on, nobody out. And right now, Johnson off the backside of the mound. And Nolan Arenado can always do this to you, and yesterday he did, picking up his 19th home run of the year. An opposite field shot right up on top of the scoreboard.
I know both teams play here, obviously, right? And I'm going to say this, I've said this before, but I talked to scouts today that were here at the last night, and I know it was Nolan Arenado, but the words out of their mouth, that was a joke. The swing, the ball off the bat, the way it sounded, and it went that far.
For it to go out.
Yes, and granted, don't get me wrong, both teams, works both ways. Hey, if a Padre would have done that, I would have still said this place is a joke. It's a joke. When you put a swing on that, off the end of the bat, not really off the sweet spot, and you hear that dull sound kind of, and it goes that far.
Still goes.
Right. But hey, both teams have that advantage.
Well, I got a question for you then, because Major League Baseball here, of course, in Colorado, we talk about the thin air. They're talking about putting a team in Mexico City, which is 2,000 feet higher.
Wow.
How's that going to work out?
My goodness.
2-0 Padres on top right now.
Why don't they just put a team on the moon?
Might be next. 1-1 pitch. It's going to miss for ball 2. Johnson trying to find his way here in the first inning. Walk Blackman, walk LeMahieu. Strike call. Generous perhaps, but right to the knees. Arenado didn't like it. Tough spot for Eric Johnson right out of the gate. The back-to-back walks. Now you're in the teeth of this Rockies order. Foul back to the screen. That time protecting the plate.
Mentioned it yesterday. You just hit it. Protecting the plate. Arenado can cover every pitch thrown up there. It's not just one swing either. You see that swing there? It was close enough away that he just swung at it to foul it off. If he flares it down the right field line, fine. But if there's a ball down the middle, you know, he's coming out of his shoes. If there's a ball down and away, he can spank it that way.
In the air foul, and the at-bat continues. Not only hitting for power with the 19 home runs and the 53 RBIs, it's for average as well, 295. Most at-bat home run ratio. Brandon Moss on top. The average is 30.52 across Major League Baseball, and Arenado once every 12.32.
And he's tough to punch out. The hardest, actually, in the National League.
See why.
So what do you try to do here? Try to keep the ball down, just hope and pray for a ground ball right at somebody.
Got the low strike call too earlier in this sequence.
He only strikes out 1 every 10 plate appearances.
2-2 pitch. Popped up. Not a bad scenario here. To shallow right is Jay coming in, and Jay will make the catch. Remaining at second is Blackmon. No chance to advance there. And that's the first out, so he finally gets Arenado. The battle there for Johnson and Arenado, and Johnson wins the battle.
Well, he's got his back up against the wall in this situation. Nobody out, first and second. First pitch breaky ball. Up and away. Changing the eye level with the fastball. Getting a call there. So what's the MO here? What's his main purpose? What is he doing? He's trying to hard stuff after going soft early. Heavy dose of fastballs. Heavy dose of fastballs. He got a pitch to hit, but he worked underneath it just enough to keep it in the yard and get the fly ball to center.
This will already be his 20th pitch of this first inning. Carlos Gonzalez, 300 average, 13 homers, 30 RBIs. Part of this great 3-4 combination the Rockies have. And he drives one to right. Back goes Kemp, looking up, and it's gone. 3-run home run for Carlos Gonzalez, his 14th home run of the year. And just like that, the Rockies are on top 3-2. Another fast answer here for the Rockies in the bottom half of the first inning.
First pitch fastball right down the middle, and that spells trouble for the Padres. As Carlos Gonzalez, 1 swing, 3 runs. And we all know that that's flirting with disaster when you throw a first pitch fastball right down the middle to Carlos Gonzalez.
And walking back-to-back batters to begin the inning is flirting with disaster, and they both score as it turns out. Still just 1 out in the inning, and now Trevor Story, the batter. 14 round trippers now for Gonzalez on the year. Trevor Story, 16 homers on the year, leading in a lot of offensive categories among National League rookies. 59th game of the year for him. And this one, back where it came from, into center field. Ringing single for Trevor Story. Board with 1 down here in the first inning.
Well, I know it's only June 11th, but Trevor Story's doing everything he can to make a case for Rookie of the Year consideration. No doubt about it. Leads rookies in home runs, triples, total bases, extra base hits.
Now 1 down here with Trevor Story at first base and Gerardo Parra coming up.
Is it going to be one of those games today, Haas?
Could be. Not out of the first yet. I've already seen 5 runs pretty quickly. To right, Kemp coming in will make the catch on the liner. And back to first goes Story as Parra retired. And Kemp got a good read, came in running on a slant towards right center. Hauls it in, 2 down. Reynolds will become the 7th member of the Rockies to bat here in the first inning.
Heavy workload for Eric Johnson. 25th pitch coming. And the walks don't help, obviously. First 2 hitters walked.
So 2 down, Story at first and Reynolds. Slightly open stance from the right side for the power hitting first baseman. Kind of all or nothing over the course of his career. Home runs, a lot of strikeouts. Fouls it off to the right and evens the count now at 1-1. Play for Reynolds to go the other way. John Jay into right center. Lots of room here at Coors Field. One of the biggest yards you'll find.
2.66 acres.
.415 to straightaway center. Jets out to .395 in left center. Lots of room to roam out there in the outfield. 2-1. That'll bounce in, throw to first, and safe. Getting back was Story, able to elude the tag of Will Myers. A good look there by Norris. Fired down to first base, and they almost nabbed him on that secondary lead. A little overzealous.
Oh, they had him because he was leaning, but Will Myers just didn't get back far enough. And also credit Story for diving to the outfield's part of the bag. That's the big key on that one. If Will Myers would have let that ball travel just a little bit more, chances are they get Story.
That throw beat him. Tag didn't.
Yep.
Reynolds will slap this into left field for a base hit. Story going first to third. Throw goes in that direction. He slides in safely. Went over the bag, but kept the hand on the bag. And a base hit for Reynolds now has Rockies runners at first and third.
Well, one thing I've noticed from Eric Johnson, his fastball is pretty straight. So if it's straight, you better locate it and hit your spots. Now, Story was off first base. The play's in front of him, right? He kind of held up a little bit there, and then he just turned it back on.
A little stutter there coming around second base.
And you know, as a base runner, and we've mentioned this many times, if you're on first base and the play's in front of you, center field, left field, if you see that outfielder going to his left or right, I'm talking even 3 or 4 steps, I say take that extra 90 feet. They've got to get the baseball, they've got to plant, they've got to throw baseball, they have to throw accurately, and with the acreage out there, it puts more pressure on them.
Now look at Eric Johnson's arsenal so far, 61% fastballs.
And the ratio not too good at all. 29 pitches, 15 balls, 14 strikes.
Garneau becomes the 8th batter of the inning, this first inning, and he grounds it foul. Catcher catching the day game after the night game here last night. Has a home run, 5 runs batted in.
He's a future big leaguer, enjoying a big league ball. Yeah, you bet. Look at him, he's got the shades, he's got the uni.
He's ready to go. Strike call. So Garneau down 0-2.
That slider I just saw, kind of flat, really didn't have much tilt to it.
May not have been a strike. Swing and a miss, and Garneau strikes out to end the inning, but the Rockies scored 3 times on the 3-run home run by Carlos Gonzalez and have a 1-run lead.
2 as we head to the top of the second. Well, if you go back to opening day and you look at the top 3 in the starting rotation, arguably one of the best assets that this team had to offer. You've got Tyson Ross, James Shields, and of course Andrew Cashner, none of whom are part of the rotation today. Fast forward to today, June 11th, with Andrew Cashner being placed on the 15-day DL with neck soreness and tightness. And Andy Green said before the game today, he said, you got to tip your cap, and it's a tall order to guys like Drew Pomerantz and Christian Friedrich and Colin Ray, who are able to step up in this situation. And if you look at Eric Johnson taking the mound today, guys, he is the 10th different pitcher to make a start for the Padres just this season. Incredible.
That is incredible, Julian. It is amazing. I mean, you kind of map it out one way, and you've got these guys are going to be your front 3, and then all of a sudden you're in this situation. Not good.
And you look at teams that contend each and every year, their rotation pretty much stays intact. And every team deals with injuries. It's inevitable. But what's the backup support? What do you have ready to go, possibly in the minors? What do you have in the bullpen that can make that transition? There's a lot of moving parts to try to find and create that success. But you're right. June 11th, as we sit here and talking about the turnover in the rotation, it's amazing.
Leadoff walk here for Alexei Ramirez. Second walk allowed by Chatwood. And his first batter that he faces here in the second inning brings up Derek Norris. Andy Green kind of riding the roller coaster. That was the case last night, no doubt. Had a lead, lost it, came back late with 2 outs. Able to get it done. And talked about Cashner going on the DL. Jake McGee went on the DL today with a knee problem. Heard last night late in the game. No arm problem for him.
Right.
But it ends up the Rockies lose their closer to the disabled list. Blown save for him last night, his 3rd of the year. As Norris takes strike 1.
And I'll be quite honest with you, I was ready to fill out my lineup card with the totals after that ground rule double. And then Alexei Emery's had to go back to 3rd. I was thinking, okay, that's the bad break. Padres are going to lose by a run. And then what do you know?
Not to be.
The at-bat of the year by Will Myers.
Chatwood's going to go to second base. They get the out there. No throw to first. Good play by the pitcher. Pretty athletic coming off the hill there. They record the put out on the lead runner, Alexei Ramirez, for the first out here in the second inning. So Norris reaches on the fielder's choice, and it brings up Alexei Amarista. .258 average for Alexei. No homers and 4 runs batted in. Yeah, that ground rule double kind of worked against the Padres, and it did at the time. Yeah. Amarista, who had scored and would have scored, had to go back to 3rd base.
That's a rule that's got to be changed. I think it should be a judgment call.
Yep, up to the umpires. I totally agree.
Yep.
Where would they have been? Where should they be? And that's one of the neat things about reviews now. They've left that up to the umpires as to where the base runners should be, should you overcall something, overturn something.
And that's a perfect example of why they should do it on a ground rule double.
Yep. On the ground, right side, LeMahieu to second for 1. On to first for 2. Nice pick at first base by Reynolds. Amarista grounding into the double play that concludes the top of the second. Inning and a half done. 3-2 Rockies. It's time now for greater coverage. Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. And some of the action going on as Jose Fernandez starts tonight against Arizona for the Marlins. 8-0 with a nifty 1.38 earned run average in his last 8 starts. Jeff Samardzija starting tonight against the Dodgers. Some tougher numbers last couple of starts after a very good start with the Giants. And Tanaka starts tonight for the Yankees against the Tigers. Yankees all of a sudden starting to turn things around. Joe Girardi and the New York Yankees have won 5 straight games.
Is that going to be one of those divisions that's 3-horse race as we get towards the All-Star break and beyond?
Very well could be. And the reemergence of CC Sabathia pitching well again.
And how about we know the story of Jose Fernandez, which was featured there on that. He bounced back quite nicely from Tommy John surgery.
Look at the American League East. We bunched up. Baltimore has been a bit of a surprise so far to begin the year. Buck Showalter has the O's off to a very good start. I figure Toronto may be the leader in that division based on what they did last year. There's a line drive into right center field off the bat of Tyler Chatwood. The pitcher has got himself a single to begin the second inning. Well, the Marlins will be coming into town when the Padres get back home to Petco Park. Yeah, we just saw the Atlanta Braves. A tough go of it to say the least, but Washington on top. We'll see the Washington Nationals also. They're 38-24 with a 3-game lead over the Mets.
How about the Fish? The Marlins 18-13 going in today on the road. Nice road record for the Marlins. Doing well against the NL West as well. 9-2 going into today.
Charlie Blackmon walked and scored as part of the first inning. A 32-pitch first inning for Eric Johnson. 3 runs scored. Rockies stranded a pair. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt.
Looked like a changeup. Bounced it.
It's all about the fastball. Well above the National League average of 279. 5th in that category. Daniel Murphy of the Nationals on top.
Love the heater. Doesn't mean you can't throw me a heater.
Hunting the fastball.
Boy, Daniel Murphy having quite a year. Daniel Murphy.
Down and in. What just happened to your voice?
Just got a little crazy there. Little Rick James. What's gotten with Murphy? What's got, I mean,
unbelievable. Two-one pitch. On the ground foul to the end of the dugout of the Rockies side of things.
You know, there was a fastball, tied him up a little bit.
It's all about where you put it.
Yep.
Hot day today in Denver. We started at 92 degrees, plenty of sunshine.
Thank goodness there's a breeze.
There is that. It's blowing hard out to left.
Yeah, you get it up out of here in left center field, even center field, it's going to go. It's going to go regardless. But still, it's going to be helped a little bit by the wind.
2-2. Slap foul. Back into the crowd. Eric Johnson needs to go a ways. The long man for the Padres, Luis Perdomo, obviously not available today. I guess Carlos Villanueva would probably be the next candidate to go a few innings if Johnson cannot get too deeply into this game. Two-two to Blackmon. That's in the dirt. Full count. Johnson walked Blackmon in the first. In fact, walked back-to-back batters. And Blackmon and LeMahieu, and they both scored. Outfield straight away on the Rockies center fielder. On the ground down the first baseline. It's a fair ball. Myers going to go to second for the lead runner, and they're able to get it as Alexei Ramirez covered it. Kind of a high throw, but retired there is Chatwood for the first out of the inning.
Thursday, the greatest golfers in the world converge on the historic Oakmont Country Club for the 116th U.S. Open Championship. Live coverage begins Thursday on FS1 and continues through the final round on Sunday. right here on Fox, or you can watch it all live on Fox Sports Go. You a golfer?
I am not. You?
I am not, but if I had the chance to play Oakmont, I would be very delighted. Look at the pristine conditions of the country club. Hoi polloi.
I had a chance to go to my first golf tournament last year, the Byron Nelson. Ground ball to short. Ramirez will go to second for one. On to first for two. A double play. Nicely done. Padres turning it in the infield. 3-2 Rockies at the end of 2 from Denver. The draft going on the last couple of days, been fun to watch, and Padres have been busy. We look into draft choices 8 through 16, and certainly a lot of pitching so far for the Padres as far as the draft has gone.
Can never have too much pitching. It's the most wanted commodity in all of baseball, wouldn't you think? And you could trade when you have pitching for a position player. And see, to me, this is where the scouting really, you got to dig down deep, and when the scouting really pays off. I mean, you look at the top 10 players in the country.
Sharply hit to the backhand. LeMahieu, a little staggered, but go to first and retired as Johnson. Struck pretty well, but Padres pitcher retired 4-3. Some family ties as far as the draft goes. Of course, Cal Quantrill coming here to the Padres. Paul Quantrill, his father, played a long time in the major leagues. But Bo Bichette, Dante Bichette. A lot of ties. Seems there always is, though, really. In major league families. Norman Killebrew's grandfather of Chad Hawken going to the Cubs.
Trey Griffey. Heck of a football player, too. Drafted. No pressure on that kid, huh? But anyway, you look at every team's board.
Yep.
First 10 players picked. Mock draft. What? 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10? What do you think?
Think it's that much for pitching?
No. I mean, as far as when they rank the top 10 players in the country before the draft even starts.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Each team probably much has the same type names.
Yeah. Sure.
Now you get to round 15, 20. I think that's where the
that's where
the rubber meets the road as far as you're finding guys to where that are going to possibly be big leaguers and help your organization.
That's why so much credit needs to go out to the scouts and all the work that they do, time spent, miles traveled. Have any idea about some of these players left in the draft at this stage of the draft? 2-2. That was fouled back to the screen again. There are the scouts. These are major league scouts, so these guys on hand here every day, and they are in the heat down there behind home plate.
Yeah, it's very important to carry a wet towel around your neck right there on a hot day like today.
Yep.
Keep you cool.
swing and a miss, and Jay strikes out. First K today for Tyler Chatwood, second out of the third inning. Myers coming up. He walked in the first inning, and we look back over the course of his last 11 games, and he has been hot. Numbers bear that out. 20 hits, 444 average, about 6 home runs last 11 games.
Sounds so simple, but swinging at strikes. Laying off the breaking ball down and away.
Being more selective.
Yes.
I was talking to Alex Zinner about that today prior to the game, his hitting coach. Broken bat, soft ground ball over towards Reynolds. He'll flip to the pitcher, Chatwood, and that will end the inning. 3-1 on the putout that ends the top of the third. 3-2 Colorado. Padres and Rockies into the last of the third inning back at Coors Field as the Padres jumped out to the 2-0 advantage, but the Rockies answered quickly on a 3-run home run by Carlos Gonzalez, and Eric Johnson working his way here into the third inning in his Padres debut. He's going to face the toughest part of the order for Colorado. Nolan Arenado, Carlos Gonzalez, and Trevor Story. 3, 4, and 5 coming up here. Arenado's numbers better than last year. 19 homers, 53 RBIs, and the average is up. Everything is up.
Isn't it amazing how another year in the big leagues for Nolan Arenado, the numbers are climbing, and yet pitchers try to make adjustments, and then he make adjustments. It's just incredible.
Shift on, works out great. Amarista, the second baseman, throws out Arenado for 3 on out number 1 here, the bottom of the third inning.
But he can be pitched to. We just saw it right there. He swung at a bad pitch.
Cargo, the most home runs since the end of May 26th, 9 of them now, including 1 today, the 3-run home run. So he's back in the first after Johnson had walked back-to-back batters.
First pitch swinging. Not going to sneak too many fastballs by Carlos Gonzalez where that one was pitched.
The Padres shifted on Arenado on the left side. Now they shift on the right side against Gonzalez, who takes strike 1.
It's like sneaking a sunrise past a rooster. It's not going to happen.
0-1 pitch. In the air to shallow left. In the shift, it's Ramirez, but he's going to give way to Upton. And there are 2 outs here in the third inning.
Did you ever hear a rooster not crow at sunrise?
No, you got a great point. It's like sliding a donut by you.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. And by the way, it's 92 degrees, and how great is it to be in our Fox polos today.
Yeah,
Double arms. Fox on this side. You got San Diego on that side.
Sun's out.
Sun's out, guns out.
Guns out.
Oh, God. It's a lot of fat.
Speaking of, show off the boiler.
You kind of threw it out there like that was muscle. Ah, look at that.
Well, you know what? They should be in ties because, you know, the majority of times they're in polos and we're not.
Yes,
so
that's true.
That's a hang with them. Cuidado, Eddie.
2 down in the inning.
I like your corbata. Muy guapo.
Trevor Story, the single to center in the first. Swinging a foul tip. So anyway, we are comfortable today.
I know that Eddie Ortega and Carlos do a fine job. I love those amigos. But if I know they get our feed, so we go, Cuidado, Eddie. How you feeling, Marcos?
I saw Eduardo do that to you, and I almost
he's the
lost
best.
it because I heard you
It's
say
every
it virtually
day.
every day. And then I finally saw it in person. He asked you how you were feeling.
Yeah, how you feeling, Eddie? Let's see. Cuidado, Eddie.
There he is. Well, 3-1. In the air to right field. Kemp going back towards the track and onto it. Leaps and makes the catch. Made that into a bit of an adventure and carried it further than I think Kemp thought it was going to. But in the end, in a result-based business, he makes the catch out there and right. In order go the Rockies. It's 3-2 Colorado.
Welcome back to Coors Field, everyone. Well, the Colorado Rockies give new life to the term baseball is a grind. Get this, the Rockies are in the midst of a 27-game stretch. That's 27 games in a row, and that's due to 2 games that were postponed, so they had to make those games up on off days. We saw them in San Diego on games 10, 11, 12, and we're seeing them now here in Colorado, games 25, 26, 27. After Sunday, this upcoming Monday will be their first off day, but to add insult to injury, you guys, it is their charity team golf outing. So a lot of these guys have an 8 a.m. tee time, which they already said that they would attend. But if you think that's bad, the Pittsburgh Pirates this week played 5 different games in 4 days over the course of 78 hours against 3 different teams. So no complaints. No complaints from anyone here.
No doubt, Julie. Here's a ground ball left side off the bat of Matt Kemp as Trevor Story will get it there in time. Yeah, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and it's because of the rainout that took place here earlier this year, they had to find a mutual off day, which made the Rockies then play this long stretch. They've had 2 of those mutual off days that all of a sudden went away. And Pittsburgh really did have the toughest time of it as it worked out for the Pirates, because the Pirates were at home in the middle of a homestand. They had to come all the way here and then all the way back with 2 a.m. arrivals. Adam Rosales is batting for Yangervis Solarte with 1 out in the 4th inning. Not sure what Solarte may have done, but he has been replaced here. This at bat in the 4th inning. Rosales into the game. There's Yangervis in the dugout. Did not notice anything, did you?
I did not. And I don't want to speculate.
There's a line drive and a fair ball down the right field line, headed towards the corner. Gonzalez going to dig it out as Adam Rosales into second base with a 1-out double. So he pinch hits here and gets himself a double with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Hey, good for Adam Rosales. Hey, kid, you're going to hit for Yangervis Solarte. Go get him. Fights that one off. And we know that Adam Rosales is going to give 100% down that line. He might have been thinking 3, but plays right in front of him. Gonzalez fields it cleanly. He'll take the double. Thank you very much.
Seen his playing time dwindle a little bit with Amarista and Solarte both back. Coming off the bench here, batting for Solarte in the 4th inning. There is Melvin Upton Jr. Single to drive in a run in the 1st inning. Scott trying to steal at the end of the inning. Outside, and it's 1-2 now to Upton.
I'm trying to keep everything away to Melvin Upton Jr. right here. Sliders, fastballs away.
Skip in, blocked by Garneau. On deck for the Padres, Alexei Ramirez. They're batting here in the top of the 4th inning. All the scoring in this game in the 1st inning. Padres jumped on top 2-0, but Rockies bounced right back with a 3-run home run by Carlos Gonzalez. On the ground and knocked down by Chatwood. Looked at third, but it's only played at first. A low throw, but Reynolds able to make the grab basket style. And they retire up. The nice play there by Chatwood. Good reaction play to play right back at him. I'm not sure if it hit him or he knocked it down. But Rosales takes third base with now 2 outs in the inning.
And as that ball was hit, you saw LeMahieu and Story behind him converging towards second base. That ball, if it hits off the mound, it's going to pop up in the air. Good chance that they're going to get to it. But yes, a fine play by the right-hander.
Tying run 90 feet away. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Chance for the Padres veteran shortstop to get it done. Runners in scoring position at 344. And a grounder picked this time by Chatwood with the glove. He'll flip to first for the out. That ends the inning. Padres leave Rosales at third and trail 3-2. for great moments in All-Star history, brought to you by Geico. In the 2003 All-Star Game at U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago, in the 5th inning, Todd Helton gave the National League the lead with a 2-run homer of Shigetoshi Hasegawa. The National League would go on to score 3 more runs that inning, giving the NL a 5-1 lead. American League would end up battling back and winning 7-6. Of course, the great Todd Helton, the former Colorado Rocky, a staple here at first base for a long time.
Retired his number here at Coors Field. One heck of a career for Todd Helton. Tell you what, every time he came to the plate late in the game and it was crunch time, he put together some good at-bats. Never gave away an at-bat.
Gerardo Parra going to lead it off here for the Rockies in the bottom of the 4th inning. Parra lined out to right in the first, 0 for 1. Johnson had a 1-2-3 third inning, his first clean inning of his Padres career. That was the toughest part of the order, getting Arenado, Gonzalez, and Story. Part of an 8-pitch inning, in fact. Bouncing in to even the count at 1-1.
How much water weight is Derek Norris going to lose today with all that gear on behind home plate?
Started at 92 degrees today. Lots of sunshine.
Stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. I remember back in the day, as we take a look at Chad Qualls heat up for the Rockies, back in the day you were discouraged from drinking a lot of water when you were working out.
Really?
Yeah, because it gave you cramps. Remember those days? You don't remember
I didn't realize that? No. To right field. Kemp looks up, and that ball is going to be off the scoreboard. Kemp up and throwing towards second base. Parra towards second. He'll get in with a head-first slide. Wall ball double to right for Gerardo Parra to open up the bottom of the 4th inning for Colorado.
This is one of those balls off the bat. As a hitter, you have to come out of the box and come out hot, because you really don't know if it's going to get over that yellow line or carom off. And if it's a good carom, like this one here for Matt Kemp, you get in a good throwing position to get it in quickly. So you better be on your horse.
I'll bring up Mark Reynolds. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I was under the opinion, or I was under the thought process, that if you were dehydrated, that then you would then cramp up, not the reverse.
That's the way I thought too.
Yeah.
I know.
Reynolds with a single in the first inning. Takes the breaking ball for strike 1.
Yeah. As much as you want.
Swing and a miss. Took a pretty good hack right there.
I remember back early spring training when I was a kid out of high school, they encouraged giving you salt tablets. How about that? Anything worse for you? Oh, let's throw some more sodium into your body.
Yeah. Wow.
In 95-degree weather, and run like 80 foul pole to foul poles.
Strike 3 call, and Johnson makes quick work of Mark Reynolds. Picks up his second strikeout of the day. First out here, the 4th inning.
Well, if he could get the feel for that breaking ball, especially down and away on the corners to righties and lefties alike, Eric Johnson may have found his groove.
It's a 1-out par at second base. Dustin Garneau coming up, catching today, and was a strikeout victim in the first inning. Strike 1. Going to it a lot now, huh?
Yeah. Johnson in the first inning, 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 runs, 32 pitches. Innings 2 and 3, 1 hit, 20 pitches, and no runs.
Settling in. Outside, a ball and a strike. Parra doubled off the wall, off that scoreboard in right field to begin the inning. Mark Reynolds struck out looking. Garneau fouls it straight back. He was on that fastball, but just missed it. 1-2. Johnson off the side of the hill in the midst of a meeting with himself. Climbs back up on top. Called back again. Darno's 17th start of the year. He's called up from AAA Albuquerque May the 6th. Second stint of the year with the Rockies in the majors, catching the day game. Lifts a fly ball headed out towards center field. John Jay going back, still going back to the warning track to make the catch right in front of the wall and fires it back in towards the infield. He started off very slowly going back, and that ball just kept carrying, and Jay kept running. And by the time he stopped right in front of the wall, he makes the catch. And a high degree there of difficulty in center field.
And you see where John Jay is playing now, cracking the bat, and he gets a bead on it. Okay, now he's drifting. And then all of a sudden, the last second, all the way to the track at the last second, extends. And as we mentioned, with the wind and when the ball travels here, it takes great concentration on John Jay's part to haul that one in.
2 down here in the 4th. Parra at second base. Tyler Chatwood, the pitcher, getting his second AB of the day. Single to center in the second inning, his first at bat. Now has a 200 average at the plate. Now Parra led off this inning with a double. Since then, the strikeout, the long flyout. Not really sure how Parra did not advance on that with Jay's back to the infield and 415 feet away.
He was going halfway, wasn't he?
Must have been. Flared foul to the right. 2-1.
So you're thinking on that, there's two ways. And I agree with you, because if that ball's caught, you're going to advance. If the ball's over his head, even if chance are you're going to score anyway.
Right.
If he doesn't catch it.
Yeah, because the ricochet is going to bounce by him. 2-1.
Yeah, you got to be tagging on that.
Chatwood trying to help out his own cause here. The runner at second base. And a ground ball picked in the backhand by Myers. Over to cover. And there in time is Eric Johnson. 3-1 on the putout that retires Chatwood. And the Rockies in the 4th inning. We're headed to the 5th. Colorado on top of San Diego, 3-2. Into the top of the 5th inning, and we were wondering about Yangervis Solarte, and earlier in the dugout, Mark Rogal, the trainer for the Padres, checking on him. It appeared to be the thumb area, seeing if he could grip the bat today. And as he walked off towards the end of this day here today from the dugout to the clubhouse, it appeared that the thumb was the issue. It was Manager looking as well on him, and as he went off, he'll point to that thumb area, showing where exactly he is hurt. So leaving the game with an apparent thumb injury.
Remember last night we saw him on the bench. He was getting worked on a little bit by the trainer. They were
Yes.
kind of massaging that area.
Same area. Well, Derek Norris to lead it off here for the Padres. Norris, Amarista, and Johnson, the pitcher spot, scheduled to bat here in the inning. Norris reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. Padres held to 3 hits today. Matt Kemp, a single. Melvin Upton with a single. And a double for Adam Rosales, pinch hitting for Yangervis Solarte in the 4th inning. Broken bat liner that'll get into left field. A base hit for Norris. Nolan Arenado is trying to get out of the way of that bat that was chasing him, the third baseman. First hit for Norris. Arenado did a pretty good job getting away from that bat. Look out.
Now watch Arenado as he realizes the bat's coming. He's not even watching the baseball. I cringe every time that happens. Gnarly.
So the Padres have the lead runner on here in the 5th inning. Alexi Amarista takes a look at strike one. Well pitched, well placed pitch. The outside corner by Tyler Chatwood. Amarista grounded into the 4-6-3 double play in the 2nd inning. Both teams have turned a double play. Three runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Rockies. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Padres. Norris has led off this 5th inning with a single to left. On the ground, up over the mound towards short. Story will flip to second base to get the lead runner. Nice play there. Just shoveled it over to LeMahieu for the force out. 4-6. As we check in with Julie to get an update. Julie?
Hey, guys. Well, you were right with your speculation as far as Solarte is concerned. Per the Padres, he left the game with a left thumb contusion. That's a left thumb contusion for Yangervis Solarte. And I'll try to get you guys an update post-game.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
What that tells me is that he got jammed on a pitch or something like that, because usually when you get into the kitchen, that area of the thumb gets bruised, and that's why you see those guys wearing those pads sometimes.
Yep. Oh, the circular one that goes over the thumb.
Jeff Blum always used to wear one of those. Now, for some reasons, you think of a certain part of equipment, you think of a guy, and Jeff Blum was just one of those guys. Former Friar. Love the Blummer. Works now for the Astros. TV.
Eric Johnson, second at bat, grounded out first time. Now bunting, dropping it down. Chatwood to the backhand. We'll throw him out at first base. Sacrifice complete there. Going 1-4 on the sacrifice. Sam Amarista into scoring position with 2 down.
There was almost a race to third base because there was nobody covering. You had Garneau, you had Arenado, you had Story, all towards in between the pitcher's mound and third base. And it would have been a race to the bag if Amarista would have kept going to third base. Watch this general area right around here. As this bunt is down, everybody's coming over here, over there, and Amarista, he was thinking about maybe going that way.
Now with 2 down, Amarista at second base. John Jay, second in the National League with runners in scoring position. 391. Break down the hard numbers. 18 to 46 in that category. 5 doubles. And a swing and a miss. High heat at 92.
Just crushing the league average.
18 RBIs with runners in scoring position for John Jay. On the ground and through into left field, a base hit. Amarista being waved around. Parra's throw to the plate is cut off, and the run scores as they have Jay hung up in between first and second, and Jay will be tagged out, but the Padres get the game-tying run. Amarista comes in from second base, an RBI for Jay, tied at 3. All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much. Top of the Rockies order, Charlie Blackmon leading it off. It's a brand new ball game, tied up 3-3. Blackmon, LeMahieu, and Arenado featured here in the inning. Blackmon today has walked and reached on a fielder's choice. Johnson has really settled down after that first inning, the 32 pitch first.
I've noticed he's being more aggressive with his fastball. You know, it's a straight fastball. I mentioned it earlier. You better hit your spots if it's going to be kind of a straight fastball. Very little run to it. See the breakdown 72 pitch effort up to this point.
Hauled off to the left out of play.
Some of the breaking balls have been up in the zone, but has worked to his benefit. One in particular, Arenado took a bad hack at a high breaking ball. Close eye of Darren Balsey, the pitching coach, on the right, and manager Andy Green on the left. Yeah, today's a good hat day. If you're sitting out in the sun.
Definitely.
Yeah, you got a good lid. You come to the ball yard, you sport that lid. Got to wear it.
1-2. High, and it evens 2-2.
Especially out in the bleachers there. There's one of the smartest fans in baseball right there wearing the Cardinal hat. Guy's a very smart fan.
High drive, deep right, stays fair, could be gone. It's down the line to right, and it's gone off the foul pole. Charlie Blackmon rings the pole down the right field line, his 7th home run of the year. And the Rockies are back on top. Second home run allowed today by Eric Johnson, and the Rockies had the lead again.
I think he hit it too hard for it to hook and go foul. I mean, usually a ball hit like this high and that far, right off the screen for a home run. Just didn't get it out in front just a little bit more to hook that ball foul.
4-3 now, Colorado on top. DJ LeMahieu. Walked and scored in the first inning. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the second inning. Fouled off to the right.
Cannot get tentative at this ballpark if you're a pitcher and you give up a home run. You cannot start nitpicking. And I'm not saying that's what Eric's doing. I'm just saying you have to stay aggressive, because you'll walk here, then a little duck snort there, a double there. Next thing you know, you fall behind, you give in, it's another home run. Look, you can still challenge guys. Look at the first 3 pitches, all in the strike zone to LeMahieu. Sometimes pitchers, just give hitters way too much credit.
To 80 pitches in the outing in his Padres debut for Eric Johnson. Came into today's effort 0-2. His record on the year, that was with the Chicago White Sox to begin the year. If you don't have a hat, you can bring an umbrella. To center field, and Jay is not going to get this. They had him shifted way over towards right, and it's back up towards the 415 marker, so LeMahieu can run a while. He's headed to third and has himself a triple. Well, the shift did not work that time. It was a big gap out in center field, and LeMahieu sends it in that direction to get a triple.
And I'd like to see where Eric Johnson throws this pitch. Does he miss his spot? Looks like LeMahieu went down and got that ball, and you talk about beating the shift. If the pitcher hits his spot and they put the ball in play, chances are they're going to be where they are positioned on that spray chart. Got triples written all over it. We talk about this Colorado Rocky team. 3rd in the National League in 3 baggers.
They got the big yard here, of course, playing into that. Now playing about halfway here in the infield are the Padres, with Nolan Arenado standing in. Let's take strike 1.
Look at that hanging breaking ball for a strike 1. Sometimes hitters just spit on that. They're looking for a fastball, a little wrinkle, they just take it. Sometimes it's crushed, sometimes it's taken for a strike.
Waves at that pitch, badly full. A changeup.
Good combio.
Mayhew at third base, nobody out, a run already in on the home run off the foul pole for Charlie Blackmon down the right field line. 0-2 pitch in.
Okay, say quickly ahead 0-2, fastball in, and what does he go to here? Slider down and away.
And he gets him on it. Goes lunging and strikes out. Third K for Johnson. Needed that for the first out here of the 5th inning.
Perfect execution, perfect sequence of pitches. Quickly ahead 0-2, threw it at the belt buckle, and then the old wrinkle down and away, and the whiff. Big strikeout.
Action in the pen. Carlos Villanueva, first action we've seen today for the Padres. Carlos Gonzalez hit a 3-run home run off Eric Johnson in the first inning. His 14th home run of the year. RBIs 31, 32, and 33. In the dirt, and Norris able to keep it in front of him. Didn't know where it was initially, but able to recover. It was right in front of him. Mayhew remains at third base.
That's where panic sets in for a split second. Norris, the backhand, and thank goodness that ball hits the umpire to keep it at arm's length for Derek Norris. Whew.
Strike called. On a strike to Carlos Gonzalez. Home run by Blackman, a triple by LeMahieu. The strikeout of Arenado. Outfield out straight away. Gonzalez lifts it back at third, shallow left. Rosales out, so is Ramirez. It's going to fall. From third base scoring is LeMahieu. Hung up between first and second is Gonzalez. He dives back and is able to get back safely. Has himself an RBI single. And the Rockies have their lead on top now 5-3. It's been a 2-run fifth inning to this point.
Is that one of those plays with the infield kind of halfway and the outfielders playing on the deep side? That ball just finding the garden spot. Very frustrating because when that ball went up, your initial reaction was, okay, great. It's going to be a great position, great angle for the shortstop Ramirez to get to. But remember, they're playing halfway. Sometimes it's just hit just enough. Very frustrating. Long run for the left fielder, long run for Ramirez and the third baseman Rosales.
Upton had no chance virtually there. Ramirez and Rosales the only opportunity there. And yeah, you're right, because they were playing halfway, longer distance to cover. It's an RBI single. It's a 5-3 Rockies lead, and here's Trevor Story. Fly ball right field. Matt Kemp out there and right. Will make the catch out there for the second out of the inning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
2 down. Gonzalez held on at first base. He's not got a 24 multi-hit games, does Carlos Gonzalez, with a base hit here in this inning. Third in the National League in multi-hit games. 4 RBI day for him. Gerardo Parra now. And on the left side is line to right, double to right. Slaps this out of the reach of Emerista into right field. Touching second, hitting for third is Gonzalez. He will get there without a problem. And it's first and third now for the Rockies. Second hit of the day for Parra.
First pitch hacking. Looks like a breaking ball. Boy, the righty into the lefty, speeding up his bat. Parra out in front a little bit, but hitting it nicely.
Well, Andy Green hops out of the dugout here. There has been action in the pen. Carlos Villanueva has been warming. Looks like Andy Green is going to make the move here, as Eric Johnson will depart. Goes 4 2/3 innings and will depart on the hook with the Rockies on top 5-3. Pitching change from Coors Field in Denver. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Sign up for the new Padres Club Card today. By Jack in the Box, taste the Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack before it's gone. And by Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today. Now that is the day for Eric Johnson, who departs here with 2 outs in the 5th inning, responsible for the runners at 1st and 3rd. The pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford, as into the game is Carlos Villanueva.
He's your swing guy. He can do everything. Long, middle, one hitter, spot start. 26th game. And the inherited runners, he's inherited 12. 3 has scored. He has runners at the corners now. So hopefully that's at the end of this one is 14/3 as he leaves him out there.
And Mark Reynolds 1 for 2 today. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Actually, it's towards Amarista, the second baseman, with a shift on, and he gets there quickly ahead of the oncoming runner Ibarra to end the inning. 2 runs in the inning. It's 5-3 Rockies. Game summary. Well, starts with a 3-run home run for Carlos Gonzalez, which gave the Rockies a 3-2 lead. Padres had jumped out to a 2-0 lead, but back would come the Padres to turn down. John Jay able to deliver. Alexi Amarista coming around to score. Charlie Blackmon hits the foul pole down the right field line. The Rockies scored twice in the bottom of the 5th inning to take a 5-3 lead. The 2 home runs you just saw. And they were both charged to Eric Johnson, who was charged with 5 runs on 9 hits in 4 2/3 innings.
So Derek Norris right there talking mechanics. It looked like he was talking about getting extended on the breaking ball. Maybe the fastball down and away, but Derek himself was extending that throwing hand, demonstrating to Eric.
I think of that relationship that has really just begun, and the relationship a pitcher has with a catcher and relies on that catcher.
Karen Carpenter said it herself. We've only just begun, and we saw it right here this afternoon in Colorado with Derek Norris and Eric Johnson.
Will Myers leading it off here in the 6th inning. 1-2 is going to miss. Best catcher you ever worked with. Helped you the most, maybe. Maybe that's the way I'm going here. The guy that perhaps helped you.
I really loved throwing, and we saw him in Seattle, Dave Valley. I love throwing to Mark Parent. I only threw to Bruce Bochy once, but those are the guys that kind of stick out in my mind, you know. And I hate to single guys out because Greg Olson in Atlanta was a pretty darn good catcher in his own right. So as far as you know what, Don, you make a good point, because it's almost like judging catchers like you judge your children. You don't love one child more than the other one. It's all the same, right? And I'm a lover, not a fighter. I threw to Joe Girardi here in Colorado. I love throwing to Joe. So it's kind of like that love of your children. You really can't single one out.
Well, ball 4 and Myers down to first base, a leadoff walk, and that is now 3 walks allowed by Tyler Chatwood today. But I guess what I was asking was who maybe coached you up the best? I mean, who
Coached
helped
me
out
up the best?
Yeah, like we just saw Norris.
Dave Valley would probably be the guy who would be the most
instructional, I guess is what I'm looking for.
aggressive.
Okay.
Is aggressive a right way of saying
I
it?
guess so. We were just watching Norris, and he was not only helping, he was coaching him.
Of being positive and negative. And negative to light a fire underneath you.
To third, and Arenado to second for 1, on to first for 2. Around the horn they go. So Myers had walked to begin the inning, but erased here in the 5-4-3 double play. Second double play of the day, turned by the Rockies.
I'd come in relief with the Padres. Mark Parent was our catcher. You take your warm-ups, your 8 warm-ups. He'd come out to the mound just to go over things. We're on the same page, and he'd look at me through his mask and go, "Is that all you got?"
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I would say, "You get your you know what back there and just put down the signs there, cha-cha." Mark Parent was also the guy when he was in the bullpen catching relievers to warm up the game. I'd throw one pitch, I'd get the ball back, look down at the rubber, look back to the catcher, and he'd have his glove off to the side, and he'd have his bare hand up catching me. Like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So he kept it loose, but then again, when it was time to buckle down, it was time.
Adam Rosales batting for the second time today. Took over for Yangervis Solarte, left with a thumb contusion, a left thumb contusion. Rosales in his first at bat, pinch hitting in the 4th, double. We'll get an update on the left thumb contusion of Yangervis Solarte in the postgame. That's in there for strike 3. Rosales knew it, takes with him the second strikeout for Chatwood. Rockies have a 5-3 lead. All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much as we play along here to the bottom of the 6th inning. Arno leading it off, the catcher for the Rockies. Carlos Villanueva got the final out of the 5th inning, back out there to begin the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away. Garneau followed by the pitcher Tyler Chatwood waiting on deck. And the top of the order, Charlie Blackmon. Sunny day here in Denver. Lots of sunshine, warm day. Started the game at 92 degrees. Check swing. Did he go? No. This is Pat Holberg, first base umpire. Tied up 3-3 into the bottom of the 5th inning. A home run by Blackmon, a triple by LeMahieu. Followed by the RBI single by Carlos Gonzalez, and the Rockies on top by 2. Strike 3 call.
Nice.
And a waiver with his first K of the day. The Padres have their 36th round draft pick, 1074th overall. Quinn Hoffman from Cathedral High School, Trevor Hoffman's son.
Very nice. I believe he's going to attend Harvard. He's an Ivy
that right?
Leaguer.
Huh.
There's his Uncle Glenn.
One out here in the 6th inning. Tyler Chatwood pops it up. Right side. Amarista towards the line, and Fairground makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
He's going to be wearing a Harvard tie.
You ever hear their football chant?
No, what is it?
It's when they're on defense. H-A-R.
Really?
V-A-R-D.
Really? And the big rivalry is Yale and Harvard, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 down here in the 6th. Charlie Blackmon.
I'd like to welcome Mrs. Haverkamp at the game today, taking the big league ball game. That's a sweet lid right there.
That is.
That's a peach, hon.
Strike on the outside corner. Blackmon homered his last time up, ringing it off the foul pole down the right field line. They kind of use what you got.
Could use that as a pocket square.
How many hats do you own?
About 40.
And they're all individually packaged.
No.
Okay.
Stacked in a closet in the hallway.
Okay.
Very nicely, neatly.
I know you're a big hat guy.
Love hats. I have to. And it's not only because of
Left side, third base. Rosales will hop and a throw, and plenty of time to get Blackmon in order. Go the Rockies. We head to the 7th. Colorado on top 5-3. Will Howell plays of the game. Some defense turned in by the Padres. And Kemp out there in right field. John Jay had to go a long way to get this. Out in right center field, back by the 4:15 marker, and able to make the catch after a long run. Andy Green's Padres are trailing by 2. Melvin Upton Jr. leading it off. Alexei Ramirez and Derek Norris scheduled to bat in the inning. To short, Trevor Story in time to get Upton for the first out of the inning.
MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
One out here in the Padres' 7th inning. Alexei Ramirez has walked, grounded back to the mound. Rockies out hitting the Padres 9-5 in this game into the 7th. A strike to Ramirez. Now, Chatwood's not been a big strikeout day. In fact, he's walked more than he struck out. He struck out 2, walked 3.
He really doesn't have that one pitch to blow hitters away, to wipe them out. So a lot of balls in play. Hopefully the Padres can find some holes late as we get late into this game. He found some holes late last night in that 9th, that's for sure, before Will Myers' big blow.
86 pitches on the day for Chatwood, with 1 out here in the 7th inning. On the ground up the middle, ranging is Story. Nice pick, turns and fires to first. What a play by Trevor Story. You talk about range, and then to get the throw off that he did so accurately to first base. Pretty special play to get Alexei Ramirez.
That is a big league play. Spinning, throwing accurately. Nice stretch also on the back end by Reynolds, but still getting to that baseball. Pretty quick infield here in Colorado. Hard infield, so that ball's going to scoot through short grass, but good read off the bat by Trevor Story.
That's Troy Tulowitzki here for so many years. Well, Derek Norris will take strike 1. 1 for 2 today. Single to left his last time up. He was back in the 5th inning. Chatwood has had only 1 1-2-3 inning in his outing today. That was the 3rd inning. There's 2 outs here so far in the 7th. Rockies do have action. Boone Logan is up in the pen.
Oh, come on.
Can make you tired sitting in the sun.
Got a good game going on here. Well, the eyelids are starting to get a little heavy.
Downstairs, 2-2 now to Norris. There's Boone Logan up in the pen, the left-hander.
You know what's impressive also? We saw that Fox Tracks. Chatwood staying out of the heart of the plate here against Derek Norris. Everything's on the edges.
Right back at him and through into center field. Second hit of the day for Derek Norris. This one comes with 2 outs in the 7th inning.
Nice short, quick to the baseball. This particular pitch, Chatwood wanted to go down and away.
Well, a timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet. Back on June 11th, 1995, this man, Mark McGwire, that's a home run and 3 consecutive at-bats off Zane Smith in Oakland's 8-1 win at Fenway Park in Boston. And that's going to do it for Chatwood as Walt Weiss takes the baseball. Going to go to the pen here in the 7th. Rockies on top 5-3. Tyler Chatwood leaves the game, and it's time now for our Fan Diego fan of the game. Seen some Padres fans here for this 3-game weekend series in Colorado and Denver. The great win last night for San Diego. Make it 2 in a row here today, but right now the Rockies on top 5-3 with 2 outs in the 7th inning. New pitcher coming in here for the Rockies is Boone Logan, the lefty.
He's been around for a long time. 535 career appearances, 16th among active pitchers. And this left-hander enters his 21st game. Pretty decent splits. You can see the inherited runners. He leaves a lot out there. He's inherited 17. 2 have scored. He's basically a 2-pitch pitcher. Slider and a fastball. Averages about 93 on that fastball.
Inherits Derek Norris at first base. He's there with 2 down. Lexi Amaristo. That's his face out of the way of that pitch up and in. Brandon Maurer up in the pen for the Padres. In there for a strike. Padres have a pinch hitter out on deck right now. Christian Bethancourt would bat in the pitcher's spot. Saw Maurer warming in the pen. Swing and a miss. There is Bethancourt on deck. Bat in the spot of Carlos Villanueva. And there are 2 outs here though in the 7th. Amarista waves at that and strikes out to end the top of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch from Denver. The Rockies have a 5-3 lead. Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, your complete pet store. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealers. Now back in Denver, Colorado. The site of game 2 of this 3-game series, the Padres and the Rockies. Beautiful area. And it's into the bottom of the 7th inning we go. Carlos Villanueva back on the mound here. They did not get to his spot in the order. So back out there again. Why not? He's retired all 4 Rockies that he's faced in the game. DJ LeMahieu leading it off and taking strike 1. LeMahieu today has walked and scored. Grounded into a double play, and last time up tripled and came around to score. That was the 5th run for the Rockies, who lead it 5-3.
And 3rd time around for this part of the order. 2, 3, 4 for Colorado, and we know the type of damage that they can do. So Carlos Villanueva really has to be on his game. Just try to keep him off balance. He's got that type of stuff. In and out, up and down, back and forth. As a pitcher, if you think those points, you can execute that. Let's think about it. In and out, up and down, back and forth, adding and subtracting. Right, fastball, change up, changing speeds.
It's a lot to think about.
Not really.
1-2 pitch to LeMahieu. I was okay up until the back and forth. I'm glad you explained it.
Yeah.
Because they got the up and down. What was the other one? Side to side?
In and out.
In and out.
Back and forth.
Back and forth is the one that I had trouble with. Taking.
You're going to spend some time in the minors.
Already have.
It's going to double up, go inside right here again.
Full count.
And when you don't throw hard like Villanueva, you better have that little cutter, a little bit of movement to stay off the sweet spot. And you cannot be afraid to throw inside like he's just done the last couple times. I'll tell you, if you're away all the time and you're a soft tosser like that, you're going to get knocked around.
Veteran right-hander with a 3-2. And it's a one-hopper that's going to eat up Ramirez. Quickly by him and out to left center. Hot shot off the bat of LeMahieu. Ramirez tried to grab it on the way by, but it was quickly by him.
This ball is hit firmly. Alexi tries to play it on the short hop, kind of plays it off to the side a little bit.
That's an exploding hop right there.
Yeah, you take that one in front of you, that's off the sternum. That's watch your chicklets too.
So LeMahieu with a leadoff base hit to begin things here in the bottom of the 7th. Nolan Arenado 0 for 3 on the day. He's flied out to center, grounded out to second, and struck out swinging. They shift on him on the left side, and he goes the other way. But right at Kemp, who comes in and makes the catch, took a look towards first base, but LeMahieu scampers back to the bag. 1 down. With Carlos Gonzalez coming up, it's time now for the In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Kia. He's been in the driver's seat, 2 for 3. How about 4 RBIs today? 3-run home run. RBI single in the last 15 games. Got 9 home runs and 21 RBIs to go along with those 9 home runs. Here he is with 1 out and 1 on. Myers holding on LeMahieu at first base.
I'll guarantee it's going to be an off-speed pitch here. Remember, first pitch fastball, he'll jump on it. And as I said, see, first pitch fastball.
Your percentage is still very high of being correct.
But it doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball. He threw it in. He's not just going to lay it over the heart of the plate.
Picks up the outside corner, maybe.
Thank you. It's on the corner of 18th and Curtis.
Ball and a strike to Carlos Gonzalez. Swings here and sends it to right. Kemp coming in. A step in and make the catch. It's been busy out there in right field, handling the 2 outs of this inning, 2 down. Time out for one of my favorite parts of the game. It's time for the Cholula flamethrower.
90 degrees on the Scoville rankings.
90 degrees of the ballpark right now, too. That's hot.
It's hot weather-wise, but as far as pitching is concerned, nothing wrong with a little bit of ketchup. Ice cream.
2 outs. LeMahieu at first base and Trevor Story the batter. Shortstop for the Rockies. Looks at strike 1.
First pitch slider. Well, this kid that leads the National League in strikeouts, 88 up to this point for Trevor Story.
He's not struck out today. Singled in the first, sent his fly twice to right. Strikeout percentage. Stanton and Domingo Santana.
Blowing away the National League average at 21%. See, I like that. I like that National League average because it quantifies the other numbers of the hitters. It's really nice.
Runner goes. Throw from Norris down to second is pretty good and in time. So Amarista slaps on the tag. Norris guns down LeMahieu to end the 7th inning. As the Padres trail 5-3, will be coming up here in the top of the 8th. Play at second base being challenged here by the Rockies and Walt Weiss. The call on the field was out at second base, and the tag applied by Amarista and the throw by Derek Norris. It took a long time to figure out whether or not they're going to challenge this, and now they are.
Very, very close.
And he is indeed out. So they stick with the call here. It's not overturned. Norris with the throw out. We will check in with Mike Pomerantz in San Diego. Mike. Very much back here in Colorado, and it's time now for our Ram Trucks Tools of the Trade.
And it's worth another look because it was the at-bat of Will Myers last night in the 9th inning, the 3-run shot. And how did they go about pitching to him? Jake McGee, the closer, fastball away. Okay, he's 0-2. He's got to really battle now. Spits on the fastball inside. Nope, checks his swing. Remember, he's been very, very selective lately. Now, here it is. All right down the middle. Fastball, just like one of the first 2 pitches of the at-bat. The distance, 451 feet. You talk about home runs, and then there are clutch home runs. And where did that one go, Don?
To the forest.
3-run shot, and what a battle by the Padres last night to take game 1 of the series. That's the tools of the trade of Will Myers.
Hector Sanchez going to pinch hit here in the pitcher's spot to begin things in the 8th inning. Boone Logan back on the mound. Sanchez coming off the bench to pinch hit. 286 average. Home run, 5 runs batted in. Combined numbers with the White Sox and the Padres. Fly ball foul off to the right out of play. Logan came in and struck out Amarista to end the 7th inning. Starts the 8th, and it's a liner foul. Game was tied 3-3 until the Rockies came in with 2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. They have led 5-3. Sanchez fractured his bat on that last foul ball, so he's got to get a new one and heads back towards home plate. Down on the count, 1-2.
You know, Donald, one of the things the Padres have avoided this afternoon is the strikeout.
Very true.
Only 3 strikeouts, correct? Offensively?
True, yeah. Chatwood in 6 2/3 had only 2 Ks. In fact, he walked more than he struck out. Swing and a miss. Speaking of strikeouts, Sanchez down by way of the K.
Your best bat flip could be your ticket to the Major League Baseball All-Star Game in San Diego. That's right. Post a video of your bat flip to Fox Sports with the hashtag Fox Bat Flip Contest now through June 26th. Visit foxsports.com/batflip contest for more info. A chance for everybody to get into the act and have some fun with that.
Love the forest out there in center field.
They stock that?
I was wondering that. One out in the 8th. John Jay 1 for 3. RBI single back in the 5th inning, which at the time tied the score 3-3. Now the Padres trail by 2. Out to left field, and Gerardo Parra 2 down. These beautiful shots of Coors Field. Our game presented in HD by Sony. 2 down in the 8th inning. Will Myers coming up, but while Weiss headed to the mound here. He has had Jason Modd up in the pen, and Logan has retired all 3 Padres that he has faced, and he will be departing. Pitching change from Coors Field. Rockies on top 5-3. Denver, Colorado, where the Rockies have a 5-3 lead over the Padres. And the new pitcher in is Jason Mott.
Well, his delivery, violent delivery, leaves it all out there. 7th game only for Jason Mott. Boy, lefties, 462 average. He will face Will Myers, who's seen the ball extremely well. So this is quite a battle here. 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. And Jason Mott, yeah, he's been around the block a few times. Remember him with the St. Louis Cardinals. Converted catcher. And having a nice career as a big league pitcher.
42 saves for the Cardinals back in 2012. Kind of wonder who is going to be taking the closing position here in the absence of Jake McGee, who's now on the DL, the knee injury. We saw Estevez pitch in last night's game. He certainly has closer stuff. But Mott on here now with 2 outs, bases empty. Myers looking at a strike to even the count of 1-1.
Mid-90s on the heater for Jason Mott. That one at 93.
Took over for Boone Logan, retired the 3 batters he faced, 2 by way of the K. Here's a pop-up, high pop-up left side of the infield. Trevor Story drifting to the outfield grass makes the catch that ends the inning. It's on to the bottom of the 8th with Colorado on top 5-3. Carl's Jr. star of the game, and Carlos Gonzalez had a huge game today. 3-run home run in the first inning, and then an RBI single in the 5th inning. A 4 RBI day for Carlos Gonzalez. This one's going to fall in shallow left and score another run. Now Gonzalez having a huge day today. Home run, incidentally, is 14th and now has 34 RBIs on the season. New pitcher for the Padres, Brandon Maurer.
Last time out for Brandon was 3 days ago against the Braves in any couple hits a run. And Story, Parra, Reynolds 2 up for the right-hander Maurer.
Trevor Story is singled back in the first inning. Cincinnati has flied to right twice. Nice job by Carlos Villanueva. 2 1/3 innings, giving up no runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out a batter. Lots of innings. Yeah. Eric Johnson, the starter on the hook today for the Padres in his Padres debut. Also reached the seats out of play. Johnson today went 4 2/3, 9 hits, 5 runs. Walked 2, struck out 3. Through 32 first inning pitches and allowed that 3-run home run. Saw moments ago by Carlos Gonzalez, but then settled down. So the 5th inning when Charlie Blackmon homered off him. He gave up 2 additional runs. Swing and a miss. Good pitch down and away. Story chases and strikes out.
Hey, want more at San Diego Sports? Watch the Loose Cannons of Extra 1360 Fox Sports San Diego for all the latest news on the Padres, Chargers, and more. Weeknights this season on Fox Sports San Diego. Steve Hartman and Mike Costa.
One down in the 8th, and it brings up Gerardo Parra. Line to right, double, single to right.
That was a great slider by Maurer to get Story swinging. He leads the team in appearances, Brandon Maurer, out of the pen, so needs a good one here. Hold the Rockies to a 2-run lead.
Well, 31 appearances on the year for Maurer. Hot day here in Denver. Trying to stay cool any way you can. Runs away, and it's ball 3. There's a strike. 3-1 to the fastball at 94 to get that strike. Johnson, Villanueva, now Maurer today for the Padres. 1 out, last of the 8th. Parra thought about it, but takes the strike. Couldn't pull the trigger.
Looks like you got a call there as well.
Shoots it foul to the left. We'll do it again. 3-2. Our last working in the Braves series at home. First appearance of this series.
Heads up left field. He's going to pound him away here.
Fouled off to the left, out of play.
Sorry about calling that one.
Everybody's all right, and they got a souvenir.
I think a slider down and in would be just nice right here.
Slaps it foul off to the left. About 97 from Maurer.
Oh, chase percentage. I love this. This is good stuff.
Now, these would be what? Pitches out of the strike zone?
Oh, yeah. They chase at bad pitches that are not strikes. So, Matt Kemp, Gerardo Parra. Like, for instance, Matt Kemp swings at 44% of the pitches out of the zone. The win major league average is 29.4, so that puts it in perspective. So that means, as a pitcher, you don't have to throw the guy a strike.
No, because he will swing.
He will chase.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the percentage will go up in the chase rate.
The chase percentage. Payoff pitch again. Good battle. Oh, and that one clanks off Norris. Foul tip. If he could have held on, would have been strike 3, but tough play.
Oh, strawberry covered in chocolate.
That looks good. Three-two. And a swing and a miss. Maurer finally gets him. Back-to-back Ks now for Brandon Maurer. 2 down in the 8th.
That looked like some type of changeup or something. It was 87. Let's see if we can catch it out of the hand. Yes, you can see the split finger grip. Oh, and Parra looking for fastball. Maurer pulls the string, and that's how you strike him out.
So 2 down here in the 8th, and that'll bring up Mark Reynolds. Orioles with a single in the first, struck out in the fourth, grounded into a fielder's choice in the fifth.
Ooh, another cambio. That's a good pitch from Mauer.
Got him off balance.
You know, the fastball's hard, right? And the slider hard. To mix in that at 86, I think that's going to help a lot.
Cleaning off the cleats. Back at it. Ahead 1 and 2. Has already struck out 2 batters. Reynolds stays alive. I'm wondering about who may be closing out the game now that Jake McGee is on the DL. We have our answer as Estevez. We saw him pitch last night. Certainly closer stuff. Looks like Walt White's going to be using him to try to finish it off.
He punched out 3 in 1 inning last night. He did though walk 2. You get a little erratic at times.
Swing and a miss, and Mauer strikes out the side. As Mauer struck out Story, Parra, and Reynolds. They're all down by way of the K. We're going to the 9th. 5-3 Rocky. As to the 9th inning we go, and it is not Estevez, at least not yet, as Walt Weiss is going to leave Jason Martin to begin the 9th inning. And this is what Matt Kemp and Adam Rosales and Melvin Upton Jr. have done today. It'll be the trio that he will face here in the 9th inning.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, Don, and back in 2012 with the Cardinals, Jason Mott saved 42 games. Maybe Walt Weiss is hoping he can reach back and gain a little bit of that experience back as a Redbird. But Estevez is still hot up in that pen, ready to go if needed.
Matt Kemp with a single back in the first inning, a 1-for-3 day. And a liner towards left center field. That's going to get down and roll back towards the track and the wall. Kemp is headed towards second base, and he'll have himself a leadoff double to begin things here in the 9th inning. Second hit of the day for Matt Kemp. Good start to the 9th for San Diego.
Looked like he flipped up a breaking ball there. Might have been a 2-seam fastball that just leaked up and in. Well, the excitement starts again here for San Diego. They showed some magic last night in the 9th.
Pitch hitter's going to be Brett Wallace coming up here in the spot of Rosales. Tying run at the plate now for San Diego. Rosales had been 1 for 2, placing Yangervis Solarte, who left with a left thumb contusion. Inside, and Wallace gets hit with the first pitch. So down to first he goes. First 2 have reached here for the Padres in the 9th.
Oh, things are getting interesting. go-ahead run coming up to the plate.
And Estevez will be coming into the game. So Mott gives up a double, hits a batter, and he will be on his way here in the 9th inning. 5-3, Rockies on top right now. Mott not happy as he's coming out of this game. Padres are threatening here in the 9th inning, and of course some magic last night for the Padres.
Yeah, the Rockies last night sprung some leaks, and the Padre hitters took advantage of it. Some great hitting. Amarista, John Jay, the ground rule double. And then Donald, the big blow.
To the Forest.
From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, Will Myers touches them all, put the Padres ahead.
Now the new pitcher into the game, Carlos Estevez. Apparently the new closer for Walt Weiss, with Jake McGee on the DL as of today. Power arm.
Yeah, we saw him last night, and it's worth mentioning again, he struck out 3. But control could be an issue.
Melvin Upton Jr. batting with runners at first and second. It's Kemp at second. Wallace at first. Swing and a miss. There's 98.
You know the old adage in baseball, right? You play for the tie at home, you go for the win on the road. He's not bunting right here. It's Melvin Upton Jr. He can run into one, put the Padres lead. You don't bunt a guy, 2 guys over to try to tie the game on the road. Try to swing it, extra base hit, drive in those guys.
Whoa, one almost got away. Take the good with the bad with Estevez, a guy who throws 98 to 100, but yet a little bit out of control. I imagine it's not a real comfortable at bat.
No, that's a great point. And with each ball thrown, I would say he kind of squeezes a little bit and kind of presses a little bit. That's some electric stuff there, though, at 98.
Kemp at second, Wallace at first, nobody out, 9th inning. Padres trailing by 2. Upton hits a fly ball out towards center field. Back goes Blackman. Backpedaling almost to the track, makes the catch, tagging at second base. Heading for third is Kemp, and the throw goes to second base with now 1 out in the 9th.
All right, well, Melvin Upton Jr. knows what Estevez is all about. He's got the good heater. Well, behind on that one is looking for it. Another one almost gets away now. He's going to stick with the good stuff. Is he going to get another one? All fastballs to Melvin Upton Jr. He wants a new onion.
Well, Alexei Ramirez coming up here with one out. First and third now for the Padres. Kemp moved over on the fly out to center by Melvin Upton. Alexei today has walked, grounded back to the mound, and grounded out to shortstop. Lined, foul down the left field line. Hot shot, but a foul ball.
Was that kind of a delayed call?
Sure was. He took a good long look, and looking down the line also was Matt Kemp. He thought it was fair. Glenn Hoffman also. Had to get out of the way of it, but it was a foul ball.
Yeah.
The reason it took so long for him to make the call was he had to get out of the way first. First and third, one down in the ninth. Ramirez pops it up right side of the infield. Reynolds, the first baseman, puts it away. It's out number 2 of the ninth inning. Huge out right there of Alexei Ramirez. 2 down.
And you know what? After that slider, that was a slider. He pulled foul. As a pitcher, you better not throw him another one. Speed him his bat because he could yank one out of the ball yard. So he went back to the heater, got up in on him. There's the fastball. A little bit too quick to it off the end of the bat.
Snaps the bat. Frustrated Alexei Ramirez is out number 2. Here comes Derek Norris. Jankowski now running at first base. So speed at first. Wallace coming out of the game. Norris takes strike 1. 98 again. Norris, so a good day today. 2 for 3. Both of his hits singles. 1 to left, 1 to center. Up in a crucial spot here in the ninth. First and third, 2 down. Jankowski goes. Norris takes a strike. The throw is in time. He's caught stealing to end the ball game.
Wow.
We will see if the Padres are going to challenge this, but caught stealing at second base. Travis Jankowski, and McGuire is on the phone. Trying to see whether or not they're going to challenge this or whether this is the game ender. Catching it and applying the tag all at the same time is what it looked like. And did he get him? Apparently he did. So the Rockies are celebrating. The Padres are leaving. They have lost today's game, a final of 5-3. They strand the potential tying runs on base, and another look at what turns out to be the final play of the game.
Looks like they got him on the left quad as DJ LeMahieu dove for that ball. What a way to end a game. Ouch.
So the Padres are defeated in game 2 as we send it to Mike Pomerantz.